Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I am your host, Larry Leese. Today's episode, we're diving into the latest streaming news from around the industry. But first, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. What is Poddex? Poddex, you ask? That's a great question. Poddex is the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or to simply gamify their podcast. You shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com and use the code Larry21 for 10% off your order. I'd also like to remind you that we have merch available. The link to our store will be in the show notes. Check it out today. Consider picking up a t-shirt to show your support for the Cinema Gold Show. And now on to our first topic, the Orville and what to expect from Season 3. Much like the titular ship roaming the galaxy searching for adventure, the Orville found itself hopping from platform to platform in recent years. Despite a lukewarm reception to the first season, Fox had announced that the Orville had been renewed for a third season, as the show had found a more comfortable niche and a steady audience in Season 2. Almost as if by galactic design, cue two major big bangs in the 20th century Fox television universe, an acquisition by Disney and global pandemic. While production had begun on Season 3 over 3 years ago, the production team had no idea where the show would end up. But the Disney-owned streaming service Hulu warped in to save the now fan-favorite show. The hour-long sci-fi adventure series starring creators Seth MacFarlane, Penny Johnson-Gerald, Peter Macon, Scott Grimes, is set 400 years in the future and follows the adventures of the USS Orville, a mid-level exploratory spaceship and its crew. They voyage out into the universe to meet the wonders and dangers of outer space, while also dealing with the problems of everyday life. And as we continue our look into Season 3, let's dive into the new addition to the crew. One of the strongest additions to the new cast is Ann Winters as Ensign Charlie Burke. In the first episode, which we were treated to, she makes an impact not only on the show, but with the crew of the Orville as well. Winters describes the impact Burke has as explosive from her very first scene. She comes in very strong in her point of view, and she's not holding back her thoughts. As much as Burke finds her place among the crew and finds friends and allies, she doesn't get along with everyone. She has to find a careful balance between duty and her personal beliefs, which creates some amazing dramatic tension. In this season, they're also tackling some important issues. Winter's welcome addition helped evolve past storylines, including one of the greatest threads from Season 2. The war with the race of artificial life forms, the Kaelon. Fans of the show know that the crew of the Orville and the Planetary Union may have won the battle, but the war is far from over. The death and devastation of the climatic battle in Season 2 has major ramifications throughout the universe. And that tension is embodied in the interaction between Ensign Burke and Kaelon crew member Isaac. Winters gave further details on Ensign Burke, detailing she's one of the only survivors from one of the other ships that the alien race has destroyed. So she's coming in with a massive hatred towards the Kaelon. Burke and Isaac definitely have a massive storyline and arc, and I'm excited for the audience to see that. Already hinted in the trailer for Season 3 are the racist undertones Ensign Burke and some of the crew show towards Isaac. And on top of that, Season 3 even promises to deal with extremely important issues like suicide. This subtextual political and social examination of important topics is undoubtedly what has drawn the consistent fan base the Orville was searching for. Many classic Star Trek fans, card-carrying admirers of the original Kirk era or the Next Generation, have gravitated towards the Orville as the show has become the perfect continuation of the Gene Roddenberry school of writing. The Orville has become just as skillful at writing contemporary metaphors hidden in plain sight through a futuristic science fiction lens. That is by no means a coincidence, as the production and writing team of the Orville are heavy hitters in the classic Trek world. executive producer of the Orville, Brandon Braga, wrote approximately 50 episodes of The Next Generation, Voyager, and Enterprise combined, and penned the first 2 entries of the Next Generation feature films. Fellow EP David Goodman also brought his production experience from Enterprise to give Orville that Star Trek flair. The Orville had arguably one of the most dramatic shifts in tone from its premiere season to its sophomore effort in Season 2, not quite finding its footing with the humor Seth MacFarlane's other shows are known for. It shifted to a more consistently dramatic and darker tone in Season 2. That change, as mentioned, really found an audience hungry for that spacefaring adventures they watched as a kid. Goodman says every ounce of credit for that decision falls solely on MacFarlane. He was quoted as saying, "Seth made that decision. We've gotten away from leaning into the comedy a little more, and that really spoke to Seth. He's a master of comedy. I've worked with him for over 20 years. Nobody understands comedy better than him. And he was leaning into that at the beginning, but now he says, no, this is a drama, and that is what the show is." First Contact is a good example of a balanced picture. It's scary, it's emotional, it's fun, and oftentimes funny. And that's everything that Orville aspires to be. As much as the show has grown and will continue to evolve in Season 3, the Orville would never have made it past its pilot if it weren't for the popularity of MacFarlane's humor. The aforementioned balance that Braga discussed comes only if the Orville remembers its roots. While arguably MacFarlane's most mature show, it has to maintain at least some of the lightheartedness the comedic writer is known for. Scott Grimes, who plays Lieutenant Gordon Malloy on the Orville and voices Steve Smith on MacFarlane's American Dad, says the Orville is still finding that perfect balance, but there's no one better for the job than Seth. Season 3 also teases a little Star Wars to go with the Star Trek, perhaps merely a bit of brilliant subconscious cross-content marketing by Disney, but an aspect Grimes says we should expect from MacFarlane. He's such a fan of all things. There's some Galaxy Quest, there's some Guardians of the Galaxy, and we're there to bring it all together into one show. Drama, comedy, and science fiction aren't the only genres the show dips into. Grimes, an accomplished singer, had a memorable musical moment in Season 2, and there were a couple of cast members that hinted that that may happen again in Season 3. The easy answer is as much as you can expect drama or lightheartedness when it comes to a MacFarlane show. The one thing you can expect is the unexpected. The Orville New Horizons premieres June 2nd on Hulu. And now we're going to take a look at The Bad Batch Season 2, which recently dropped its trailer. New and returning faces have arrived in the trailer for The Bad Batch Season 2. Lucasfilm is seriously bolstering its Star Wars animated offerings this year. Not only did the studio announce 2 new animated series, Young Jedi Adventures and Tales of the Jedi, but it also confirmed that The Bad Batch is coming back for a 2nd season later this year. At Star Wars Celebration, we got our first look at the epic adventures Clone Force 99 will embark on in Season 2. While the short trailer doesn't give too much away, Omega has a helmet now. Hunters are rocking a very cool scarf. We did notice a few things that have us very excited for the return of this Clone Wars spinoff. And these are some of the things you should pay attention to in the trailer. First off, Emperor Palpatine. The Emperor's shadow loomed large over the show's first season as the Bad Batch reckoned with the aftermath of Order 66, which saw most of the clone army betray their Jedi generals, instead of falling in line with their mind-controlled comrades. Clone Force 99 decided to escape their home on Kamino and abandon the Empire, effectively going AWOL. But Order 66 was only the beginning of the dark times for this batch of enhanced clones. Forced to live as fugitives and take on mercenary work to make ends meet, the Bad Batch watched as the Emperor executed the next phase of his plan, replacing the aging clone troopers with a more obedient and reliable volunteer army of Imperial stormtroopers. By the end of the season, the Empire had all but destroyed the cloning facility on Kamino, setting the stage for the end of the clone era. It is time for the new era, says Emperor Palpatine in the new trailer. Omega watches from behind cover as the Emperor rises in a repulsor pod. Are we back inside the Senate chamber on Coruscant? And if so, what is Omega doing there? Behind Emperor seems to be a screen showing the final destruction of the capital city of Camino, which sank to the depths of the planet's raging ocean after an Imperial bombing. It remains to be seen just how much of a presence the Emperor will have in the second season, or if this is just a cameo similar to the one in the very first episode of the series. And then we have the Clone Commandos. The first season marked the return of Clone Commandos, an elite trooper unit best known from the video game Star Wars Republic Commando. Recognized as the deadliest clone troopers, rivaled only by the special operatives of Clone Force 99 themselves. The Clone Commandos now serve the Empire. We see them back again in the trailer for Season 2, as they're deployed for an undoubtedly nefarious purpose. Does it have to do with the secret Imperial cloning installation that was reintroduced to canon at the very first end of Season 1? That's where we last saw the Clone Commandos. And then Captain Rex. Captain Rex played a pivotal role in the first season of The Bad Batch. He's the former Republic officer who revealed the truth about the biochip inside every clone trooper's head to Clone Force 99 and showed them a way to remove it. But his mission to take down the Empire is far from over. And then Crosshair. Because the members of Clone Force 99 were mutations of the standard strain of clones that made up the Republic Army, most of them didn't fall under the sway of the Order 66 biochip. That is, except elite sniper Crosshair, who turned on his former squad mates to become another cog of war for the Empire. He was the show's primary antagonist in Season 1, chasing his former brothers in arms across the galaxy after they defected. Crosshair was left in an uncertain place at the end of the first season. Although he spent all season trying to take them down, Crosshair offered the rest of the Bad Batch another chance to join him in the Empire during the destruction of Camino. They refused, but he still helped them escape a watery grave. Clearly, he still cares about his brothers, even if they're now on opposite sides of a very different kind of war. Needless to say, it'll be interesting to see this storyline continue to develop Season 2. In the trailer, we see him back in action, taking aim at someone who is likely soon to be dead. And now, Commander Cody. You'll likely remember Commander Cody best as the officer who fought alongside Obi-Wan Kenobi in Revenge of the Sith, and later betrayed him during Order 66. But he played an even bigger role as a recurring character in the Clone Wars. While we don't know what became of Cody after the prequel trilogy, we know he fell under the sway of the biochip just like the rest of the clone army. So if the Bad Batch encounter him in Season 2, it's very likely to be enemies on the battlefield. That said, could this also pave the way for Clone Force 99 to remove Cody's chip and convince him to defect from the Empire? Well, the trailer seems to be teasing as much. We'll take all the allies as we can get, says Hunter, just as Cody pops up on screen. Last but not least is the return of Gunji, a Jedi student who was first introduced in the Clone Wars. It seems the Wookiee survived Order 66. But how does he fit into the Batch's own adventures? I guess we just gotta wait and see. Did you see anything we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And as always, you can support the podcast by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow and be able to take this show on the road. And now on to our next topic. Disney's live-action Pinocchio trailer has finally been released. Disney is diving back into its vault of classics with the official live-action Pinocchio trailer. The past 7 years has seen the House of Mouse produce a number of live-action adaptations of their animated classics, beginning with Alice in Wonderland, which also acted as a sequel to the original film. They continued with remakes of Cinderella, The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo, Aladdin, Lady and the Tramp, Lion King, Mulan, all of which have had variety of critical support, but most have proven to be box office successes. Pinocchio tells the story of kind-hearted woodcarver Geppetto who builds the puppet and wishes for it to come to life, subsequently raising him as his own son. Brought to life by the Blue Fairy, Pinocchio must learn the value of honesty as every time he lies, his nose grows larger, while also striving to become a real boy. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth is voicing Pinocchio for the live-action film, while Tom Hanks is starring as Geppetto. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiminy Cricket, Luke Evans, Keegan-Michael Key, and Lorraine Bracco also star. Just a few months remaining until the film's arrival, Disney Plus has released the official Pinocchio trailer. The video offers a look at the latest live-action Disney remake, including Hank's Geppetto, the Blue Fairy, and Ainsworth's wooden puppet. In addition to offering a look at Tom Hanks' Geppetto recreating the classic Disney scene of Wishing Upon a Star, the trailer offers a look at a variety of other supporting players in the upcoming live-action remake. One brief glimpse sure to catch audience attention is that of Luke Evans, the coachman, the main antagonist of the film who entices children to venture to Pleasure Island, where there are no rules or authority, only for them to transform into actual donkeys and be sold as slaves to work in salt mines and circuses. Evans' performance as the coachman marks his second live-action Disney remake villain after playing the brutal Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. Interestingly, while it shows a look at many of the supporting characters in the film, the Pinocchio trailer largely keeps the wooden puppet under wraps, save for a glimpse of the Blue Fairy bringing him to life. With the video labeled as a teaser trailer, it seems like a full reveal of the live-action Pinocchio is being saved for a full trailer, which is sure to arrive in the next month or two ahead of the film's streaming premiere. The wait for the live-action Pinocchio is nearly over as the film is set to hit Disney Plus on September 8th, which is also the start of this year's D23 event. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think we need a live-action Pinocchio? Are you interested in actually watching it? Or do you think it's going to bomb? Let us know your thoughts. And now on to our next topic. Disney has announced its next Disney Plus Day for 2022. Disney Plus Day 2022 was officially announced to be taking place on September 8th, just one day before the D23 Expo begins on September 9th. The event was promoted by the Marvel Entertainment and Star Wars Twitch accounts, indicating that a galaxy far, far away will have roles to play in the celebration. Pinocchio will release, like we said, on Disney Plus on September 8th to coincide with the day, with the teaser trailer's description also promising that players from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic will be confirmed in the coming months. Disney Plus Day 2022 comes several months earlier than last year, which took place on November 12th, likely in an effort to align the celebration to D23 Expo. So, of course, many movie fans and TV fans want to know, what is Marvel Studios going to announce at Disney Plus Day? Disney Plus Day 2021 brought with it the first official announcements of Echo, Agatha House of Harkness, Marvel Zombies, X-Men 97, on top of footage of several upcoming series. The announcements and reveals were made through a 14-minute special released exclusively on the streaming service. The event would offer Marvel Studios the perfect outlet to announce some rumored projects, along with second seasons of series like Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, and She-Hulk. Disney may be looking to reserve the D23 Expo for its big screen announcements, even though the last event saw confirmation of 3 Disney Plus series. Since Disney is teasing some sort of Marvel premiere to coincide with Disney Plus Day, I Am Groot may be the most likely candidate, considering the show is one of the MCU's smaller releases, and it may be too early to debut the Werewolf by Night special by that time. The Vin Diesel-led animated show may be perfect release for September 8th. So, before it happens, we're going to make seven predictions for Disney Plus Day's Marvel reveals. Number 1, Secret Invasion is the next Disney Plus series slated after She-Hulk. It's likely that the series will see a bit more footage this time around, in addition to a more solid release window. Number 2, there's a good chance that Echo will also see its first teaser, given that the show is well underway in filming and has already shown its first look through an official still. Perhaps, if Charlie Cox's Daredevil really isn't She-Hulk, Marvel could spill the beans on his involvement. Number 3, the Werewolf by Night Halloween special should also receive brand new footage, in addition to an official title, given the project supposedly won't be named after its character. Number 4, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special will be just around the corner, meaning that Marvel will want to promote the festive feature before the holiday season. This could indicate that fans will find out the exact date that they wake up to find that special under the Christmas tree that is Disney Plus, in addition to a small bit of new footage. With the newcomers' arrival in the MCU to come shortly after Disney Plus Day and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, it makes sense to receive some new footage to promote her solo series Ironheart. And number 6, with the prospect of Echo being present in the announcements, it's also likely that the MCU's Daredevil series will receive an official announcement and title card. This could offer some insight into which cast members will be returning from the Netflix series. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director, untitled Marvel series heavily rumored to be centered on the Ten Rings, could be another project to get its own title card. Since it would be too early at this point to get any real footage or teaser imagery, there are many other Disney Plus series reported to be in development from Marvel Studios that could also see some spotlight. You got What If Season 2, the untitled Wakanda series. They're all but confirmed to be in the works, making them the safe for September announcements. On top of the series that have been reliably reported, there are many other rumored, making them equally possible for announcements. Some of these include Nomad, Ghost Rider, Secret Warriors, Young Avengers, Man-Thing, America Chavez. But we'll just have to wait and see until Disney Plus Day 2022 takes place on September 8th. And Marvel Studios' special premiering will start at 9 a.m. Eastern. And now on to our next topic. Mandalorian Season 4 has already begun being written by Jon Favreau. Ahead of the highly anticipated third season of The Mandalorian, creator and executive producer Jon Favreau has confirmed that he has already started writing the script for Season 4, even though it hasn't received an official order yet. Favreau also opens up about the growing interconnecting stories with Lucasfilm Star Wars shows and how the creative teams coordinate with each other to handle the difficult task of creating different narrative threads together. Quote, with television, we're very lucky that we don't have to rush things through in an hour and a half, 2 hours, Favreau told Cinema Blend of his writing process. We get to tell stories slowly, so now as Dave Filoni is doing Ahsoka, it's very much informing the writing that I'm doing for The Mandalorian. It becomes more precise. I think that inevitably, no matter how simple you start, the story threads start to connect and weave and overlap. And with Dave Filoni's deep understanding of everything around the time period, opportunities will arise when we have story meetings and conversations about, well, you know what character would be here now? Mandalorian recently wrapped production on its third season, which is set to continue the adventures of the lone Mandalorian gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy. Before the new season, Pedro Pascal's Mandalorian previously appeared in last year's The Book of Boba Fett spinoff. As of now, Carl Weathers and Giancarlo Esposito are the only returning cast members confirmed for the third season. It has been reported Back to the Future star Christopher Lloyd has joined the upcoming new season for a guest starring role, and I cannot wait to see that. Leave a comment in the comment section below on the topics we covered. Is there something we missed? Something we should have covered? And hey, send us a voicemail if you want to be featured in an upcoming episode. You can contact us at 682-305-0483. And as always, to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, hire new hosts, create new, even better content, and take the show on the road. Hopefully, which we can do for Disney Plus. Your support can help make that happen. Or it should be actually Disney 23 this year. Your support can help make that happen. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.